Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to some of you, depending on where you are. I welcome you to this afternoon exposition because it is very important that we know that when your work is not finished, you will never rest. You will never rest if your work or your job is not done. You will continue to push, you will continue to fight until your job is done. The reason why I am here, of course, you can see, because there is another brainwash being done on our people. There is another brainwash strategy being done on our people. That is the reason why I am here to detox you from that brainwash, because that brainwash brings brain damage. When they brainwash you, it gives you brain damage. It is high time we need to just, stop allowing ourselves to be brainwashed by anybody. They brainwash you, you will believe that they are doing good for you. But I can assure you, you are being brainwashed. And that is the reason why I am here to detox you from that brainwash. While you are joining, share the video. If you are joining us for the first time, click the notification button and bring, you know, so that you will get notification. We are live on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa. We are going to be joining Twitter, be live on Twitter in a moment at Judge Money C. That is the reason why we must keep pushing. We must keep, exposing the enemy, because they have lied to you one more time. They have brought their deceitful ways one more time. It is it is very, very necessary that we continue to do what we are doing. Very, very important. We continue to do what we are doing. Just like you have seen our infiltrators, the people who believe that the only way to destroy IPOB is to be in, to act like one of them, to play as if you are one of them. The only way to incriminate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because now I am beginning to connect the dots correctly. The only way to incriminate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to call yourself one of them while you are using his name, committing all sorts of atrocities that this zoo government will see where they are holding in order to prosecute him. But you have seen that when you are doing it, the more you are bringing it on, the more we are destroying it on arrival. The more we are sending it to death on arrival, because we are here to educate our people, and we continue to educate our people. We continue to educate our people. There is no going back. There is no going back. There is something the autopilot gang leader, brainwashed some of you last night. I've been watching them. I've been watching them, but I know that they have no grip anymore. They don't have where they are going to hold their hands upon anymore. And that is the reason why they are being relegated back to where they began. They will start again with brainwashing. They will start again with brainwashing you. We have pushed them that far that they have to, start again with brainwashing you. There is something that, the autopilot gang leader said to you yesterday, that Finland played a lot of role in Biafra struggle or in Biafra war. According to him and his philosophy, he told you that Finland played a lot of role in Biafra struggle. And we are going to find that out, because the reason why he is presenting that to you, the reason why he is telling you that, is because you want you to believe that Finland will support him and do, give us Biafra. Finland, they cannot even help themselves from Russia warning or from Russia threat. And he is brainwashing you that Finland is going to help Biafra. There are things that you should not be buying in this era, because we are grown up. We are now, intelligent. You're supposed to understand, even things that comes like a sign. We're supposed to understand it this time around. Somebody is telling you that Finland played a lot of role during Biafra War. I am going to tell you the countries in Africa that played their role during Biafran War. I am going to tell you the countries in Europe that played their role during Biafran War. I am going to bring it to you. And they went ahead. There are many things they said. So now I am going to present to you that, video where he said those things, so that we will find out if they are lying or if they are telling the truth, because it is very, very important. I don't like when I am following somebody, because I follow people, I investigate them to know if I will continue to follow them. Our people are being misled all the time. Why is our people being misled? We are here to find out. Share this video, invite others to join. Very, very important. Before we continue, share this video, invite others to join before we continue. I am going to bring the video in front of you, because we are going to be here for an hour 30 minutes. People complain that my broadcast is always long, so I will be cutting it short. Another day is coming. Tomorrow is another day. We may continue tomorrow. But for now, make sure you invite other people to join, so that we will make it very, very short. We will make it very, very short. I want you to know, let us hear from this autopilot gang leader, how he is being relegated back to where he began, brainwashing our people, making you believe that there is something that is, that he will offer, making you believe that where he is, they are the people who love Biafra, even more than we that are fighting for Biafra. It is very, very important we know the history that favors us. It is very, very important that we know the truth, that, so that we know the truth, because the truth is going to set us free. You cannot tell us to have hope on somewhere where there is no hope. If you believe that there is hope from Finland coming to help Biafra, you must be a fool. You must be fooling yourself. You must be fooling yourself. The people that matters could not do anything. It is Finland, a small country in almost the eastern part of Europe, that does not have military alliance. How are they going to help us? Now, number one, let us hear from the host's mouth, the man that spoke it himself, so that when we are bringing it to you, you will understand that we are presenting to you the truth. Let us listen.
That Finland was, they participated during the Biafra War. Finland, the historically, the blood and the covenant between the Biafra and Finland is very deep. That a lot of people don't know. So we need to begin to tell this history to some of you, like Cyril, that don't know anything about history. Cyril, you don't know Finland. You don't know anything about Finland. So it is because of people like you that we are making and playing this particular national anthem.
Okay.
We never knew that the Biafra national anthem is the same melody with the Finland national hymn called the Finlandia. Cyril, people like you did not understand that as far back as 1960-something, we have Finnish doctors, vets, in my village. In my own village, not in your village, in my village, we have Finnish vet doctors who were taking care of cows.
Finnish vet doctors. Remember, during that time was when there are still white presence of white people all over the place. I was expecting him to say finished doctors who are looking after human beings, but he said fully finished doctor who came as a veterinary doctor to study our animals. To, because they love, most of these people, they love animals. That is the reason why he said there are finished doctors, not the doctors looking after our people, but the doctors looking after animals. So what has it to play? What has it to, what positive has it to give to our people back then? There is none. Now, let us proceed, because there is a place that I want to hear from him. Continue.
People like you, Cyril, do not know that today I have an elderly Finnish woman who is still alive. And she was a doctor, a vet, in my village. And she wrote a book. And they call it, she's called Dr. Hindika. I have visited her and she gave me, one of her books on Biafra. You don't know this. Cyril, in case you don't know, in the whole world, Finland was one of the countries that protested with hunger strike for Biafra people, for people like your mother and your father. As your mother and your father were fighting and dying in Biafra land for hunger, people in Finland was having starvation. They were having hunger strike in Finland. It's real. While your mother and your father was being killed with hunger by Nigeria government, Finland was protesting and decided not to build church. Finland said instead they are going to use their money to build church, that money should be sent to Biafra land for Biafra people to eat. So it's real. This is something you don't know. So we have to make you know it. But some of you did not go to school, you didn't do history. So this is the only university you have now, and you must be very happy to have it.
Wow.
Because without this, you can never know this.
University of Lies. University of Lies. Let's do some research right now. Let's do some research right now. Right in front of you. Go to your Wikipedia so that we will understand what history is that. First of all, let us go into. Okay, let me allow him to further, so that when we go into where we go, we have to go into. Then we are going to be able to understand what is going on. We will understand what is going on, because there are many things he said here, and I'm not going to analyze all this video, but those parts I am going to pick them up and analyze it, because we are going to be here only for 1 hour 30 minutes, or if it is too late, 2 hours. I don't have time. Let us continue.
How many of you in Africa how many of your pastors in Africa will decide to use money, or will protest? Or how many of you, the Christians and the churches in Nigeria, will now say, let me not build this dome in Abuja. I want to use the money to build IDP camp in Benue State. You know the one they call Enenche, the spokesman, the Pastor Enenche. Pastor Enenche is from Benue State, if I'm not mistaken. He is building church. He built one of the largest dome in Abuja, but in Benue State, where he come from, there are IDP camp and they don't have shelter. But in Finland, look at the Finland and look at the map. Look at the map of Finland and look at the map of where the Nigeria is located in the map. It has nothing in common. But you know what? Finland people protested when they approved to build a church with 1 million mark. 1 million mark of Finnish money was a very big money then. People of Finland rose against building of this church. And today, the church is called Temple Church. In Finnish, it is called Temple. The Temple Kirko is created on the wall. If you go to the tunnel of this church, you are going to see Biafra, and Biafra is still there till today. Nobody have removed it. So you don't know what Finland stands for. You know it.
Finland stands for nothing.
You can never have anybody like
Finland stands for nothing as long as Biafra is concerned. That is the most important thing you need to put at the back of your head. That is the most important thing you need to put at the back of your head. If had it been, because even though it is not on a public domain, it is just article somebody wrote and placed on a public domain somehow, sometime, telling you that Finland, there is a carving of Biafra somewhere, because I have been trying to find that out. I did not find it out. The only place I found it was an article somebody, one man wrote and placed it on a public domain, showing pictures about where Finland place, except exactly those pictures. It is not from Wikipedia. It is not in a Wikipedia. Now let us find out countries that dedicated themselves who helped us. What he is talking about now is about, when you talk about war in Ukraine, we can actually, like the way we are supporting Russia. Are you paying attention? The way we are saying we support Russia, you cannot go to Ukraine and place a nuclear warhead or there and facing it to Russia and make Russia not to get their, not to fight to secure themselves. So something like this campaign that we are just talking about supporting Russia, maybe tomorrow we will say a minute silent to Ukraine for invasion of Russia, something like that. That is the support that he was talking about. They did not give us a military support. They did not give us a food packages or food support. They never gave us any financial support. They never gave us any physical support. They gave us maybe, support of like a mini silent, recognizing a country that is suffering, just like the way you were, even when during the South African apartheid. We in Nigeria, we donated money at school. Far back from that time in primary school, we gave out money from in schools to help our fellow Africans who are under apartheid regime, apartheid government. We've donated money to them. We help them. And we are actually, in doing that, it is actually, we are actually more helpful to that country more than the way the Finnish people helped us. But we applaud them if indeed they went on hunger strike for our sake. We applaud them, which is not only Finland. There are many countries in Europe that their people went on hunger strike who knew exactly what was happening. They went on hunger strike, especially the missionaries. It was the missionaries across Europe. They knew what was going on in Biafra land. They decided to say, no, we are going on hunger strike. It is not only Finland specific. There are other European countries that help. In this regard, let me show you the people who helped Africa during the time, who helped Biafra during the time of Biafra war. I am going to read them out to you. Recognize people who helped, during the Biafra war. I am going to bring them. I'm going to read them for you. Just give me a minute. Or maybe I should actually bring it to the. No, I don't have it on my memory stick. Uh, I could bring it to the screen actually. Let me bring it to the screen. Let me bring it to the screen because it is very important. We do it, we show it, so that you will not think that we are misleading you. Just like the autopilot gang leader is misleading all of you. They are lying to all of you. Let me bring it to your screen because we don't do conspiracy. But believe you me, in this present time, there is nothing Finland will do for Biafra. Believe it or not. Because the reason why this guy keep telling you Finland did this, Finland did that. It is to brainwash you just like he brainwashed you from the beginning. If you remember, that was how he brainwashed you from the beginning. He brainwashed you from the beginning, just like that. The way he is brainwashing you now. That's what he did. And many of you fell into his trap. And now he is still brainwashing some of you. Because you people, you do not, learn from your mistake. You do not learn from anything. You always love to be served in a golden platter. And that is the reason why so many of our youth, they don't understand themselves. They don't know what is going on. You can only, anything you tell them, they believe you because they don't do research. Some of them are educated, some of them are illiterate. They don't do research. Whenever you brainwash them, they just agree with you. And but we are not like that. We are, we make sure that whatever you are bringing to us, we will, make inquiries about it to make sure that you are not brainwashing us, because brainwashing is something that destroys people. It destroys you, gives you a fake knowledge, a fake knowledge. So we don't want to indulge in, getting some fake knowledge with the history that we can be able to research. I know that a lot of things that happened in Biafra land during that time, you might not find it easily, but this one, it is out there in the public domain. These ones we are talking about, it is out there in the public domain. And when you are researching on Google, I want you to, when you bring it out, check if that thing you are researching is a, let me tell you how to research. Wikipedia is history of, from 400 years ago. They are not the ancient history. They are not the ancient history. It is, I can call it the colony history, Wikipedia. Now, when you go out there to check, to look for something, when you are obtaining your information, make sure you are not obtaining information from an article somebody just woke up and wrote to you. Make sure that the information you are obtaining, you research them, you go through etymology in order to find out the authenticity of those information, because etymology will give you the original names. You use the names to, to configure. But that will actually be a topic for another day. Let me bring to you this, so that you stop being brainwashed. Our people, I don't like it when somebody is brainwashing our people with something that our people will be able to actually obtain themselves. Let me present this to you. Just one moment. Keep sharing the video. While we are doing it, keep sharing this video. Share the video, bring our people to come and detox themselves from these lies, because it is through lies our people were destroyed. It is through lies, that they will always manipulate us. We can no longer, accept those lies just anyhow. We need to understand. We need to know anya na nke ala. We need to understand them. It is actually uploading. When it is done uploading, I will bring it to your screen. Let me see which one is this. Okay. Now, let us first of all see the countries. The countries that actually helped Biafra. The country that actually helped Biafra during the Biafra War. Now, let us read. Which country helped Biafra during the war? Biafra was formally recognized by Gabon, Haiti, Ivory Coast. I know a lot of our people who are smart enough, they have written it in the comment section there, but I'm bringing it to the screen where everybody is going to see. They are Gabon, Haiti, Ivory Coast, Tanzania. Tanzania I knew right from when I was very small, because my mom used to sing a song which they composed for the Tanzanians. There is a song. That song is about thanks to the Tanzania. thanks to the Tanzania. Ekene diri Tanzania and Biafran soldiers. During that time of the war, there was a song composed that the name of Tanzania was involved in that song. And now, Zambia and other nations which did not give official recognition but provided support and assistance to Biafra. I know that when I say other nations which did not give, if they did not present it here, because I went ahead to make sure I found the one that will present us with those other nations that was not recognized, now provided support and assistance to Biafra, included France. France was the reason why we were able to hold on, because they were smuggling some weapons for Biafra, which when Britain found out, Britain sabotaged it. Britain used media to sabotage France to stop bringing us weapons. Spain, Portugal. Portugal was there because Portugal called the name of this, this sub-Saharan. In that sub-Saharan, they called it the name they gave to that area of sub-Saharan. They called it the Bight of Biafra. The Bight of Biafra. Now, because Portugal was there present during the colony. Now, Norway, Rhodesia, South Africa, and Vatican City. Now, Vatican City, that's during the time when you bring Vatican City, it is the time the missionaries, the Roman Catholic, which extended even from, from many, like I told you, many European nations help through missionaries. Like that's when you might include Finland when they went on hunger strike. This is because they did not bring something physical. That is the reason why they were called the others. They were called the others. And Vatican City, the way you find Vatican City, there are missionaries who helped, but their help was not as these ones that was presented here. The people that we know that helped were, recognized in Africa is Haiti, Gabon, Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Zambia, other nations such as France, Spain, Portugal, Norway, Rhodesia, South Africa, and Vatican City. Those are the people who help. Then the missionaries, from other countries, they prayed for us. They make a mini asylum for the fallen Biafrans. They did that. Does not mean that somebody will wake up one morning and begin to tell you that Finland did this, Finland did that, just to brainwash you because they are in Finland. It is not done that way. This is 21st century where somebody, you don't have to wait for somebody to lie to you for you to know what you don't know. There is your phone. The world is in your pocket. If you want to write to finish president today, you can use your phone to write to finish president. If you want to write to Joe Biden today, you can use your phone or your computer to write to Joe Biden. If they deem that message important, they will respond to it. If they don't see it to be important, they will ignore it. That is one thing I want to put your mind to. Do you know that when you type on a Twitter, you say at American president, at US president, or at Joe Biden, you are sending a message straight to Joe Biden. Do you know that? On Twitter, it is a real life, it is a real time, platform. At Joe Biden, that message, you are sending it to Joe Biden. They have their Twitter handle, they have their secretary, they will read it. If they find it necessary, they will entertain it. If they don't find it necessary, they will not entertain it. Now, let's go there. I want you to understand that, did you see any name written Finland here? Is there any place where you see Finland here? This is Wikipedia. This is not ordinary article. One somebody finish, sleep and wake up and they start writing. This is Wikipedia, well refined. Are you paying attention? And there is nothing you will tell us that it is, it is not manipulated here, because it is Wikipedia, and Biafra struggle, Biafra war is not up to hundreds, is not up to 1 century. Biafra war is not up to 1 century to tell for them to manipulate it. So they cannot manipulate Wikipedia, giving you the names of the people who matters, who came for the aid of Biafra. These are them. Did you see any Finland there? No, of course, you cannot. You call that a myth. Finland help to Biafra was a myth. Are you paying attention? I don't know if you understand what a myth signifies. A myth is a story that was told that is unverifiable. It is a story that is unverifiable. So now I want you to now listen to this guy again, because there are so many things he said in order to brainwash you. And the reason why he said these things is none other but to make you believe that where he is, they are that Chukwu Okike Abiama placed him there just for a reason. That these are the people who were in the forefront. That's what he's trying to tell you. Psychologically, he wants to use that message to manipulate you. Because now a lot of our people are waking up from their shackle of manipulation, from their hypnoticism. A lot of our people, you have woken up from, you've broken free. People like our sister Lisa Kano, she's broken free from the shackle of their lies. That is the reason why you find them coming back to the status quo, to start where they began to lie to you, to manipulate you, to gain relevance in before you. That is the reason why they have gone back to start from there again now. But they have made a big mistake. I always advise them, when they are presenting their story, they should understand that intelligent people are watching. There are many of them that might be watching. They might not say anything. They might not write to them. They might just say, okay. There are people who will see it and they will now go and do their research. After doing their research, maybe they do not have a voice. If they come to your comment section to correct you, you will pin them you pin them down. You just block them, because that's how they do it. Now I am here to tell you that information, this autopilot syndicate, the leader of the syndicate known as autopilot gave to you last night, is a fraudulent information. Take it as a myth. Take it as a myth. It does not exist. It does not exist the way he is narrating it to you. Now, let us go further. Let us go further and listen to him and more of his claim, and we go further to debunk them. We are going to debunk everything that he claimed here. We are going to debunk them, because he did it the first time. He did it the first time 9 months ago. We kept quiet. We did not act. We continued to, I didn't, try to debunk it, because the time he was doing it, I believe that I could trust this guy. I did not go down to research it. But now that he did it again, which reminds me when he did it from the beginning. Now, even that time when he began his this is appearing in different colors. I had now researched that thing. I saw it to be something that is of old, that I will not use it to debunk him now. But little did I know that he is going to come back to the status quo. Now, he came back to it, because I researched and I found out that it is a person-written article. Just like so many of you say there is these Portuguese people gave us the name Biafra. It is somebody's article. It is not a Wikipedia. It is not refined by Wikipedia. Now, he brought it again. I went and I researched. I made a research. I am very, very good at researching information. I know how to. I don't only research information on Google. I research information with etymology. I don't like this archaeological report. I don't like archaeological research on or at this what is it called? Archaeology. There is I rather use etymology to find, to find the names of the things I want to know. Because when we talk about archaeology, anthropology, theology, all these things are the things that just came. It is just, there are not, there are maybe a century ago information. Some of them are maybe 2 or 3 centuries ago information. But we started more than it, we supposed to start knowing our history from 1,000 years ago, because it will help us to know where Eben Milisibano Piobogoro. That is the reason why when we get this one, we call it A. We drop it here. We go to another place. We research more further. We go further. We go to so many things to bring it together to know if what we have seen is authentic. If you depend on archaeological information, you might end up telling us a mythical story. Because when we were in school, when they want to, describe the origin of our people, because I happened to go to school that time when our education system still have some of our history, and I learned it. I was paying very good attention with the history of our people during those days. When they tell us that the father of Igbo land was Eri of Umueri, and they call it according to the myth and legend. Our they call it according to, our teachers, the way they pronounce it. I still remember it. They say according to might and legend, but it is about myth. According to might and legend, that the founder of Igbo land was Eri of Umuri. Because the reason why they said it is a mythical story, or they say according to myth and legend, is because that's where they place that history, so that the history in the next maybe generation, the history will vanish to the thin air, because it is what you are. It is your real history. They call it mythical history, according to myth and legend. There is no myth and legend there, because I've been connecting the dots with regards to this founder. And I always found out that what they told me in that school was correct. It was correct. There is no mythical story there. There is no myth and legend there. It was a strategy for them to scrap all this history away from our curriculum. That was what they were doing. That is the reason why they were presenting it as a mythical story, so that if you don't find it tomorrow, or if your children does not find it tomorrow, you don't need to question it. You will say they told us it is a mythical story. That is the reason why they keep brainwashing you. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Interruption. I'm actually still rounding up at work. I need to, I'm also almost done here. So now it is so that when they scrap it out of your curriculum, you will not complain. That's why it was called a myth and legendary story from the beginning. Now, let us go back to where we are, because it is a digression. That is the reason why I want to make sure that I find this out, because if this guy is in Finland and he keep telling you that Finland played a very, very important role during our time, our Biafra war, that they helped Nigeria, and his only thing he told you is that they went on hunger strike. We acknowledge them, we appreciate them, and he went ahead and told you that they they wrote the name of Biafra in somewhere in a stone. They carved it in a stone, which I have not found. It is somebody's article. It is an article. If he said to you that there was a stone like that, he should go to that stone. Tell him to go to that stone. Take a picture while at that stone. We don't want people's design, because all these graphics designers, they can design those things. Tell him to go to the stone and take a picture. He should go to the stone and take a picture. And the fact that, there is a church that bears the name of Biafra, because during that time, missionaries believe that they are the people who are supposed to look after the people who are under oppression. So they can actually recognize us. It was the job of a missionary. It was the job of those missionaries. It is not that it is the country that is helping us. It is the missionaries that was actually there, talking about us. It was the missionaries that was actually there, in the whole Europe. The missionaries recognized the suffering of Biafra. So there is no specific place you will say their missionaries never recognize Biafra. So even those in Italy, you're supposed to be bragging that Vatican City helped you people a lot because you are in Italy. Therefore, since Vatican City helped us a lot, you have better position to fight for Biafra, because the people who understands Biafra, their Vatican City, their name is also in there. We're supposed to be bragging as well. Why do you allow only this leader of this syndicate to keep bragging that the country where he is, they played a very significant role? As if they are going to help you again, as if they are going to be the one giving you Biafra. We know the truth. You can no longer manipulate us with cheap, concocted lies, with a myth. You can't, manipulate us with myth. So let us continue. And if you are Umwekwensu, all these devilish people coming to my comment section, if you write rubbish, I will throw you into the garbage. Just like you, Chesko Baba. Chesko Baba. I am going to, I don't know if I'm the one you are, although I already block you, so I don't need to know whether I'm the one you are calling that. Once you write rubbish, you are going into the dustbin. We don't want Umu Ekwensu in our hallowed platforms, the platform where we tell our people the truth. And Emmanuel Douglas, let me see what you write. All of you, let me see what you write. Ndemugu, all of you are a disgrace, Writer, you are writing very well. Fighting yourselves while the enemy laugh at you. If I may ask, what did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ever condemned Simon Ekpa before? You are a mugu. You are a mugu, and I am going to throw you into the garbage so that next time when you come to a place, you speak your mind. Don't speak with the both side of your mouth. That is what you are doing here. You are speaking from the both side of your mouth. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will not, you are expecting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to come and condemn and infiltrate us in your midst, in the absence of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. What was your reason of attending Radio Biafra? You went there to gossip. You attended the University of Radio Biafra. You were there to gossip, just like you were at school to gossip, that he so lies to you and you are entertaining it. I am debunking his lie. You come here to tell me, has Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ever condemned the Berima in Finland? If he does not condemn him, it means he does not have time to, to follow him up. But I have the time to follow him up. That is the reason why I am telling you that he so lies to you. And I am trying to, pay for your lies, for the lies you bought with your time and money. So let us continue. Thank you very much, Smith Mark. Thank you very much for that advice. I will not allow them to distract me, because that's what they come here to do. But I have taken it, I've made sure that anytime that they come into this comment section, I must throw them into the garbage where they will go and meet their master. Let us continue.
After Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because we'll bring history you
wow,
don't know.
History.
All right. Without distraction, haven't given you background, because I'm going to be giving this background every day when the question comes up. Haven't given you this background of why I have decided to be playing the Finlandia hymn.
Okay.
Any day I want.
Now we are going to treat that one.
I'll be playing it almost every day.
We are going to treat it.
We start the program. And in case, Cyril, you don't know, it is not only that the Biafra national anthem was the same with the Finlandia, but the same person wrote the hymn of Biafra. The same composer, the same person that composed the Finland hymn, composed Biafra hymn. That same person also composed Estonia hymn, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Estonia have almost, similar national anthem.
Let us go there before Obafunarim, because I'm waiting for him here. He said to you that the reason why he plays Finlandia hymn when he is doing broadcast and play Biafra hymn, that it is the same person who wrote them. Is it not what he said? It's what he said. And he went ahead and said the same person, the same person composed them. Those two things. He said that the same person composed or write them. And the same person also wrote the Estonia. To show you that whoever that person is, he is, that person is a singer, is a musician. That person composed melody. He is, somebody that, that makes melody. Like now, let me bring it to you. Let me detox you. Number one, he said that the same person wrote Finlandia hymn, that the same person wrote Biafra hymn. That was a big lie. That is a very, very big, fat lie. Let me now bring it to you. Then I will analyze to you how it happens. Because when somebody believes that they are telling you history, they should be able to tell you the real history. They should not tell you their story just to confuse you, just to make you buy to their, to their manipulations. That's what he is doing. But I am going to, debunk his lies. The name of that person is Jen Sibelius. Jen Sibelius. He's a musician, Jen Sibelius. The name of the person he claimed that composed Finland and Biafra and wrote Finland and Biafra hymn is Jen Sibelius. Now, before we go there, before we come here, let's go here. I want you to understand, read by yourself, who wrote the Biafra national anthem? Who wrote it? Read it by yourself. And you will tell me the role of Jen Sibelius there. Let me read for you, for those of you who might not be able to read. The Land of the Rising Sun anthem, national anthem of Biafra. The national anthem of Biafra was written by our brother Chief Charles Okereke. Are you paying attention? It was written by a Biafran Chief Charles Okereke. The lyrics was written by our brother Chief Charles Okereke, and they adopted the music and the melody of, Jen Sibelius. Jen Sibelius, because he is good in hymns and melodies. They adopted his music. That is the reason why they said music Jen Sibelius. You can buy, like now, if you have a music of Tupac you love so much, or you have a Bob Marley you love so much, you can actually say you want this type of, the melody. You want to use this beat. You want to use this beat to make your own music. Now, if it requires that you need to get the copyright license from that person because you love the beat of the music, it is something that is suiting to, to the beat or to the atmosphere of what you want, the music you want to make, or the melody you want to present. Now you borrow the melody from this person, paying them for the copyright if there is a copyright. Jen Sibelius is more of those who compose melody that is befitting to those who are suffering, that is befitting to those, or maybe you call it a Christian melody or this Catholicism melody. Jean Sibelius is somebody that produced melody they use in Catholic Church as well. So when Biafra, Chief Charles Okereke, wrote the lyrics of Biafra national anthem, he wrote it. He now look for the melody that he will put it through, that will be befitting to the lyrics. He chose Jean Sibelius. That is how Jean Sibelius came into the picture. Jean Sibelius has nothing to do with writing or composing our national anthem. All of that was done by Chief Charles Okereke, and it was adopted in 1967. I hope you understand it. You see this music of a Roman Catholic that says, "Joy in the Lord, it is moving like a river. Praise the King." I don't know. The rest of them is, something like that. There are people who want to, like, if you take, for example, South Africa national anthem. It is anthem that when you are singing it, it will take you back to the time they were suffering in the hands of the apartheid regime. And when you go to, Nigeria national anthem, the Zoo national anthem, it signifies the amalgamation, begging for people that are not together to be together. That's what they were doing. They were actually trying to use that national anthem. That is the reason why they say, they always talk about peace and unity. Peace and unity. Why do you need to ask two brothers to have peace and unity? If there is anything that is between us, that is making us related, you don't need to tell us, to remind us to have peace and unity. You know that we don't have relatives in Nigeria. That is the reason why you say peace and unity. Everywhere, peace and unity. Your motto, peace and, or is it your motto? Yeah, peace and unity. You are forcing peace and unity because you know there will never be peace and unity. That is Nigeria. So Biafrans, they saw that Jean Sibelius melody is going to rhyme with their lyrics. They adopted it, which I have to go further to see how much they paid for the copyright. Because you have to pay for the copyright. They adopted it. They use it. The same way, if a Nigerian musician, somebody like any musician in Nigeria, like Timaya, like P Square, if they want to make a song, they can say to Ricky Ross, Rick Ross, that they want to borrow his big money pumping. They can borrow his beat to make a music. That's how these things they are. It does not mean that Rick Ross make music for P Square or Rick Ross make music for Timaya. No, they borrowed it, they paid for it. I hope you are paying attention. So, Finlandia melody hymn is not, or Sibelius of Finland does not have anything to do with our national anthem, writing it. They just borrow his hymn, they just borrow his music to rhyme the lyrics. That was what happened. So when he talks about all these things, you should be able to tell him that he is lying. He is misleading you just to make you to believe that is, that Finland, because he is there, that they will help to achieve, get us Biafra, that God placed him there. The psychology is that he wants to make you believe that God placed him there in Finland for a reason, for a purpose. And that purpose is nothing but because Finland, they love Biafra. Finland, they can do everything to help Biafra. That is the psychology here. And that psychology is what I am here to destroy on arrival. I hope you are getting it. If you don't understand what I am saying, you can actually go ahead and ask question in that comment section. You can go ahead and ask question in that comment section. James Asikoa or Asigo, James Ashawo. I don't know if it is James Ashawo, whichever one you may call yourself. You say, let me bring it to the screen to show you how daft and foolish you are. How illiterate you are. Now, Simon give on a topic every day. Simon, but why can't you channel your power to Nigeria government? You are a foolish, your name is James Ashawo. James, it is James Ashawo. You can call him James Ashawo. Now, the reason why you say Simon is giving us a topic, if he is giving us a topic by him lying to our people, and we are coming back to tell you a fulefu like you, who does not know is from was, who does not know from your, where you have fallen short, who does not know where you come from. We are here to detox you from the lie that he's been telling you. And you are telling us that he's giving us a he is giving us a topic. What a topic. What a topic. If you see it to be him giving us a topic, that is okay. I am going to throw you into the dustbin because I don't tolerate and I don't tolerate people who are ignorant. You cannot say we are into freedom fighting and you go ahead feeding our people with lies. You cannot say we are into. Do you know what is freedom? A lot of you does not know, and that is the reason why I pity you. You don't know what is freedom. Freedom is that you need to be free from the lies and everything they have told you in the past that made you to be engaging yourself in wrong things. You need to detox. You need to be free. You need to break free. Freedom is breaking free financially, breaking free spiritually, breaking free culturally, breaking free in economically, breaking free in every ramification that helps life to thrive. That is freedom. It is not freedom of we want to Biafra, we want Biafra, we should go on, we have Biafra. But you don't know anything. You don't know where you are going. You don't know where you began. You don't know what made Biafra great. You don't know the reason why Chukwuokike Abiama made Biafra. And you want to tell me you are fighting for freedom. When it comes to freedom fighting, you will give that a berima in Finland or Chazu. When it comes to freedom fighting, number one, you need to. The reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went to behind the mic is because he want to educate you exactly what made you fall short. What made you to be vulnerable for the enemy to overpower you. He started educating you. He started telling you that is the reason why Mazen, because he understand what freedom is. He understand what freedom is all about. That was the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went behind the mic. Do you think if freedom is all about shoot, you shoot them, everybody die, you get your freedom? Do you think Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will waste his time coming behind the mic? No. Freedom is gradually you return back to your network, because Biafra is like a network. You need to connect. You need to connect back to where you began. Then you will be able to know that you are free financially. You are free, economically, because it covers the finance, economically, religious, not religiously, maybe spiritually, culturally, every otherwise, academically. You will make sure, or historically, you will make sure that you know these things. Those are freedom. It is not coming to rant on social media, coming to tell you this person say, Chike Dozie say, and the other one say. It is not freedom. That is the reason why whenever they keep telling you this person say, that person say, and they lie to you in the name of telling you a mythical history, we are going to bring it back. If you like, call it a topic. I love it. I love telling my people the truth. And I love decolonizing our people because, this is another way of locking up your brain, brainwashing you. Brainwashing you is a way of mental slavery. So that is the reason why I am unlocking it and throwing away the key so that they will not find it again to use it to brainwash you. If you don't find what I am doing here, fun, you can exit. I am not forcing you. So let's go back to Jean Sibelius. Jean Sibelius, let me read about Jean Sibelius further. Jim Sibelius is a Finlandia. Okay, he made Finlandia hymn, which is Finnish. Finlandia hymn refers to as Serene hymn, like section of the patriotic symphonic poem. He's a poetry. Poem, yes. Finlandia, written in 1899 rather, and 1900 by the Finnish composer Jean Sibelius. It was later reworked by the composer into the stand-alone piece, which is Finlandia hymn. That is what they are talking about. So Jean Sibelius is somebody that writes poems. He's somebody that composed hymns. He's somebody, that is somebody like that. He composed hymns for the missionaries, for countries, for the, he is somebody that does that. And he gets paid for his work. It is not free of charge. It is not free of charge. That is most important thing you need to understand. If I make a music, I cannot give it to you free of charge. That is how it is. If I make a melody, if I make a beat, a drum beat, if I make a music beat, I have to sell it to you. Because music beat is something, when you want to sing a music, you go and look for the beat that is going to match your music style. You buy it. That's how it is. So Finland did not write or compose anything for us. Chief Charles Okereke wrote our national anthem. Chief Charles Okereke wrote our national anthem, and they adopted the music by Jean Sibelius of Finland to, use it to make our national anthem unique, because they saw that it is the only music that will give the lyrics what it needs. That's how they adopted it. So let us continue. I hope I have made myself clear. I hope I have made myself clear in that regard, because as an atụpụ nkịta akpịrị, igosi anyị ka ọ hapụ ịdị aka ịtụrụ ya mvọ. When somebody come to brainwash you by telling you that Finland no sonifa na-eme na fa sonifa eji agwa anụ, but you've been there. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is 9 months in prison in DSS custody. They want to make you believe that it is him, that God placed there, that he is destined, even destined more than Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. That he is destined more than Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why he keep telling you Finland this, Finland that, where he is. I want those in Italy to start also. Those in Spain, since you have heard that Spain played a key role and they are in the front of the book. Those in Tanzania I know right from 80s. Tanzanians I know right from 80s. I know them. I know that Tanzanians played a key role in Biafra war. Now, I have, seen that Italy, Vatican in Italy, people who are there, I want you to also start bragging to our people that Vatican people, you go there, you take a picture. These are the place, the people from here, they played a very, very key role in a Biafra war, in helping Biafra. So we are here now. we are placed in a place where God, God placed us here for a reason, because these people knows about Biafra war. Then people, use it and brainwash other people, because that is exactly what he did here. That's exactly what he is doing. Bongo Sutino, you are asking me what have I contributed, what have I contributed in what have you contributed to civil disobedience? I don't even know what you are asking, because your question does not have any meaning. Your question does not have any, it does not have any meaning. So I cannot entertain it. I cannot entertain it, and I will not block you until I know what you are trying to say. Now, be tranqui. You said this Biafra struggle is turning into childish things. Yes, it is. You do an autopilot struggle is turning into childish things, because people like you who do not know their left from their right, is being brainwashed. The Biafrans and IPOB, we know we know ourselves, we know what we want, and we are going for what we want. So there is no way you are going to come to tell me it is turning to a child play. Let it be if it is the way you see it. At the end of the race, we count the miles that we have run. Ndi believe you are going into the dustbin with your comments. Thank you for coming. Now let us go back to it. Let us go back to it to hear further.
Biafra have for a very long time a very good ties.
Wow.
With one of these almost all these powerful nations. So the point now is that where did all this thing go wrong? Where did we get it wrong? Why is it that you are not seeing the sign of that in Biafra land today? Why? Why is it that everything has disappeared? Why is it that you don't see Nordic church anymore? No folk. Do you know the history of a church, of a missionary movement called No Folk? You don't know what is No Folk, right?
So coming back to the church issues, the fact that they have brainwashed our people with this platform called Christianity does not mean that we need to have so many of these churches. It is insignificant. And the churches that does not preach mostly what you want to hear, you don't go there, because unu bụ ndị elili. As ndị elili, m ga-asụ nke a n'Igbo maka na ọ na-eme ndị a na-monitor m too much. The Facebook is monitoring my activities too much based on when I talk about religion, talk about decolonization, talk about mental slavery. So they always, whenever I speak it, they always tackle me. Whenever I speak about it, they always tackle me. If you will understand it, you will see it, how the numbers are changing. Now, when we talk about Uka, the fact that nafa biaro welu ụka nyunu does not mean nafa afụrụ unu n'anya. Ọ bụrụ na fa wetelu unu alụsị ndị ọcha ka unu na-efe. Alụsị ndị ọcha ahụ unu na-efe ka unu nọ na-efe. On while you are at it, fa na-eweli ife dị na ana unu na-ana. Eweli ana. Because all bụ so the only way fa ga-eji wee nwee right in your land, by making sure that nafa mebili everything none at your land, by making sure that they destroyed everything that they found in your land that gives you power, that brings you together. They destroy it and now implemented their own ways, which you started following, then you become their subject. You are now subjected to them. You become their object. Now they can push you around, kick you around. You call for them for help, because at the end of the day, you will still call for them for help. They will not help you. The ways of ụka ndị ọcha wetara anyị bụ ụka alụsị. Alụsị. O nwere ife dị iche n'ụka ndị ọcha wetara anyị na alụsị unu na-afụ n'ala Igbo. Which is, it is not our thing. Alụsị unu fụgasị na Biafra land, ọ bụrụ ife anyị, ọ bụrụ ife nke anyị. All the same thing with the ụka anụnwa ndị ọcha wetara unu. Gwazianụ m ife dị iche ịma na ndị ọcha fụ alụsị ka o si dị na ife ọbụla fafu n'Africa feje modernize aya, feje refine aya, wee chitelu unu ya. Fafulu ka unu si efe alụsị fe bụrụ isi alụsị unu nacha lụzie je lụzie nke falụ lụzie ya n'ụlọ chọọchị patalu unu kpọọ ya ụlọ chọọchị ndị si n'Italy. Because that's what they do. They refine the alụsị. They refine the craving image. They refined it, put it in a place, in an auditorium or in a hall. They call it a church. You keep bowing down to them. That is how it is. There is no difference. Now, you believe that that is the only best way of looking for Chukwu Okike Abiama. But now they tell you the reason why they refine your alụsị, they come back to tell you that Jesus Christ made away with the law, so we are not held or judged according to the law again. Because you don't know. They know that it is only law that makes you a friend of Chukwu Okike Abiama, the God of your land. The law. It is like making away with your ordinana. That is making away with your law. They said Jesus Christ make away with the law because now they presented it to you because they know you will not understand that package. Now we that understand that package, whenever we come to teach it, they will not allow us to teach it. They will not allow us to teach it. Facebook does not allow us to teach it. Because it is something that is very, very deep. It is very, very deep. So when you talk about who can Ali, who can Biafra, we don't need these things. We don't need this. These are ways of enslaving our people. We are talking about that there is too many churches, much room, big one, auditorium, they are too much. They have destroyed our land. They have made away with the law of Chukwu Okike Abiama. They have made away with the law of Exodus. And every time you are still here promoting there is this church, there is that church. They tell you that Christ made away with the law because they don't understand the book that they are reading. The same way, the same reason why many people come and tell you that they have made away with that Christ have made away with the law. Therefore, you don't pay attention to the law again. That is our sister that is calling. I cannot reject her call because she always has a very, very significant input to whatever we are doing. Let me bring her in. Our sister.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I know it's not your protocol to take calls, but I didn't want to the things I have in my mind to elude me, and secondly, very soon I will start getting ready to go to work, so I might not be able to stay there.
No, go ahead. You're always welcome.
Thank you, my brother, for giving me that courtesy and respect. I highly appreciate it, and I will never abuse it.
Thank you.
Now, quickly, my brother, Marian Hader, calling from the United States. Now, what you're doing, what you just did, because you're transitioning into something, and that's why I wanted to caption, put my thumb on what I wanted to say. You see, what you just did now is very brilliant, debunking that bastard who knows nothing, who doesn't understand history, doesn't even know his left and right. What is so disturbing is because he's doing this in an international stage. I don't know whether he's aware that all these things he's spewing out there, all these lies, exposing the level of his ignorance, is going to be archived for life.
Yes.
His children, grandchildren will see how stupid he is. This guy doesn't even know how music is being made. He doesn't understand there are people that are just songwriters. They just write. They don't even have the vocal ability to sing.
Yes.
So that's what he doesn't understand. So he needs to go and educate himself. So what I wanted to say is, thank you for a brilliant lecture this morning to this Perima in Finland. But I wanted to ask you, was he in class to listen and hear this brilliant lecture you're giving to him today? And if he was in class, was he paying attention? Because he needs to pay attention. This guy is a disgrace to humanity. He's a disgrace to be called an Igbo person or a Biafran, because his level of stupidity and ignorance is so at a height where you can have, I don't have an adjective to qualify it. And you know what he's pulling up, what he's trying to pull up this shit is this. Because of all the exposures people like you are doing, calling him out, what he's trying to do now is to try to continue to lure his puppies that he has done something. Because you can, if you recall now, or if you can, I know you remember, recently we have been calling him out. What has he done? What structure has he put in place when it comes to the release of Mazi? So what he's trying to do now, remember there was a time he claimed he went to the Finland president, okay? He's trying to use that to continue to hold these idiots, hold their mind in captivity.
Yes.
That's why he's resurrect this Finland thing. But you know, again, because he's so stupid, he doesn't even do his research, or maybe even when he reads, he cannot understand what he's talking about. You know, he comes on international stage and makes himself a laughing stock. So I just wanted to compliment you. You did a marvelous job. You didn't just speak about it. You brought it and showed it that even Stevie Wonder will see the truth. That this guy is so stupid, ignorant, and uninformed. And this is somebody that's trying to claim that he's going to be lecturing people. Number two thing is what you put your thumb on when it comes to religion. You see what I have been saying, and other people have been saying too. The hold they are using is an old script. The same thing the slave masters did. Came into our system, took what we have, went back and repackaged it, brought it back and told us the same thing. No, they're not the same thing, that their own is better. Okay, they claim that we worship our ancestors. But when you invoke all these things, when you invoking Mary to pray for you, is Mary not an ancestor? She's dead. But people are saying Mary didn't stop,
pray for us.
You're invoking and somebody, yes, you're invoking somebody's ancestor who has no genetical connection with you. Pray for you. But I cannot invoke my dead father who gave birth to me. His sperm, the genes in his sperm is still running in my blood. I stayed in my mother's womb for 9 months. She breastfed me. The connection, you can never break it, even when the person is dead, because we are energy. And somebody is telling me that person will not hear my cry or cannot petition for me. But somebody who has total detachment with me, genetically, on the level of energy, any way you want to qualify it, even physically, is the person that I should be invoking every day. And that is why it's like prayers are not being answered. Look at what you just said now. They came in when our ancestors were worshiping the so-called idols. They never built mansions for them. They never built any house for them. They were outside. They just come in. These so-called idols were a contact point, a reference point. They didn't stop. They never bowed down to them. But look at what they brought. Made with cement. Bag of cement, they will mold it, call it Mary, call it St. Jerome, call it whatever saint. And people will go and bow down before this, and kneel down, grown-up men and women, kneel down, be begging cement to pray for them. Which one is more active? A spiritual being my ancestors were communicating with, and they were in real commune with them, and a bag of cement that is molded and painted. Which one do you think in the spiritual level is more active, or even has an active, or is alive? The one my ancestors worship. But that's the same thing, that the same deception. That is what Simon is still using. Trying to use that these people went on hunger strike. That's emotional support. He was claiming, they refused to build a church and said they would rather use the money to support Biafra. Okay, the question is, did they send the money to Biafra? We don't know. Even if they send the money, but they went ahead and built the church, right?
Wow.
Yes. So how has it helped us in any way? We are not looking for anybody that will emotionally support us. We need real thing, reality, action.
Exactly.
If anybody wants to help us. So he's still trying to play the game. I'm going to leave you to continue, because I just want to let you know you're doing a brilliant job. Stay in it. Stay in that trench and dig all his vast, crazy minds out of, let people on the display for people to see. This guy is so ignorant. Believe me, if I have any kind of relationship with him, I would have fired him. It's not worthy to be related to any human living. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is it. You will never go wrong picking our sister's call from United States. Uh, thank you for calling. So we must proceed. I think we are. It is very, very important. It is very, very important that we bring our people back to where they have fallen short, because there are people that I'm planning on bringing to this program who will now explain to you the meaning of our ordinana, who will now explain to you that the law is our ordinana, the law of Exodus is our ordinana. So whatever they've told you that they have made away with, it is all a way to destroy you and whom you are, in order to give you a name and own you. That is it. So when somebody that is fighting for freedom asking why is this church not there, why is that church not there, believe you me, that person does not know what freedom is. That person is just that I hear say they fight for freedom, make I go join, because I sabi how to lie to people or manipulate people. That is the job of this the chief the leader of your syndicate, autopilot, and you see Nelly propagating something I don't know from the other side. Eberima is there propagating his own. Nelly is propagating Idu, that she even starts speaking in tongues these days. And when she wants to speak in tongues, she off her camera. You don't know what she is holding in her hands. If she's holding this, alo sinwa baby in Kenya from somewhere, and she will be holding it, chanting, and they brainwashing you. The same reason why I say stay away from these people's platform. Because some of you have a very, very small spirit, low spirit, that you will not escape from any mosquito that passes by. Any mosquito that passes by, they catch you. You always get, yourself in a crossfire. Now let us continue. Our sister actually made my work very easy here. So let me just run it, and we hear from him in the next 10 minutes. We round it up.
No, no folk is from Norway. When we're there in Biafra land, in my village you have no folk, but you don't know what is no folk, because what do you know? They give birth to you, you eat apple. You go to primary school with
wow.
They carry board and give you, and you go
And he's actually bragging that he's telling you about Norfolk and about a church. He is not telling you what makes our ancestors strong, great people. He is not telling you about Chukwuokike Abiam. He's telling you about Norfolk. Who is the founder of all these things? That is there any of these things that he is calling churches that is calling that was founded by his ancestors? Ask him this question. He is promoting Norfolk or Norfolk. Is there any of these churches that existed that was founded by his ancestors? Why don't you go and look for the ones that was founded by your ancestors? Freedom fighter. We continue.
And Ogrishi to be cleaning chalk. They give you chalk, you write 1+1, you carry board, you go to school, come back. You
believe you me, that time we were writing with a chalk, I learned a lot of things, more than the time we started writing with a paper. The time we were writing in a chalk, I learned a lot of things. It taught me a lot about our lifestyle. The time we were writing with chalk, it taught me a lot. So you are actually, downgrading your ways, which is the same way that this place where you are, you call yourself you are in the first world country, maybe it's not second world country. You call yourself you are there, and these same people, they refined what you found yourself doing. They refined it and bring it back to you. You start promoting it, calling it great, calling your own, nonsense. You're calling to Greece and well, chalk then aboard. What is the meaning of that? This guy is not in a track of leading you to freedom. He is in a track of leading you back to mental slavery. He is in a track. This guy is should just go and be a Christian pastor. All these regular Christian pastors, they pay him tithe and offering. Believe you me, I know there are so many people who call me pastor. I am not a pastor. I am not a regular pastor. Okay, this guy should just go and become a pastor. They pay him tithe and offering. He will brainwash people more, better than what he is doing in the name of freedom fighting. Because that is actually where he is brainwashed to the extent that he does not know whom he is. He cannot discover himself before he come to want to discover you. It takes a person who knows the truth to tell you the truth. A person who does not know the truth will never tell you the truth. Why are you promoting a church, calling it Novok? What has church to do with what we are, what church not being in Biafra land or around us, got to do with what we are doing? It is not our thing. That type of church is not the church Chukwu Okike Abiama gave to us. Church eba na-eri. Let me, for the first time, before I will bring a Bible collector, I will bring anti-religious activists, I will bring them together. I will bring historian, it's more like our historian. I will bring them to you, where they will be navigating all these things. They will, if Facebook will allow us to do it, they will navigate all these things, the history, how connect the dots for you, that you will know, because it is a very, very important aspect of our freedom. That is the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tell you, he quote from Deuteronomy. He quote from Deuteronomy, because these things are very, very important in this freedom fighting that we are doing here. Let us continue. We don't need those type of church in Docha. Because what is church? What is church? When the Bible you read, it says your body is a temple of God, which is your body is the church. Are you paying attention? Let me just tell you in a very simple word what church is. Your body is a temple of God. So where 1 and 2 or 3 are gathered, it means that Chukwu Okike Abiama is in the midst of them. Where we are gathered now, we have maybe 100 people here watching. This is church. Where 1 and 2 are gathered, Chukwu Okike Abiama is in their midst, because your body is the church. Body is a temple of God. When you and another person comes together, una kalauka, that is una inagoka. Una pankata ge-help ọganiru unu. Pankata ge-edozi obodo. That is church. Gathering of brethren. Holy convocation. When you talk about things that will help you in order to be a good citizen of your place, it is called holy convocation. That is church. It is not when somebody go and build a stadium and cover it up just to have a higher crowdfunding. You call it church. That is not church according to our systematic way of belief or our belief system. That is the reason why Christ say, if you destroy this church, I will build it. Yeshua, actually, before Yeshua say, if you destroy this church, I will build it within 3 days. Within 3 days. It is not without any stone on top of another stone, because he saw that the church that they are bringing to you, stone on top of another stone, stone on top of another stone, building big auditorium in order to attract bigger crowdfunding, enrich themselves, drive for a private jet. They will come and show you something and tell you it is the business. If you are a pastor, you must have other business. Where did they raise funds to start that business? Because it is always a big business, and they tell you it is not a church money. They will always find a way to brainwash you. So that is not why. It is a digression, but I am just correcting the impression this guy is, bringing to the table here. We don't need those church in Docha. We don't need the white people's gods or white people's ways of Chukwu Okike Abiama. And we have Chukwu Okike Abiama. He gave us the law in Exodus. He gave us the law in Leviticus. He gave us the law. We must go back to that law. That law is our ordinana. It was stolen from us. in the name that Chukwokikabiama made away with the law, that Christ made away with the law. Yeshua never made away with the law. Yeshua said, because the reason why they tell you that Yeshua died for our sins and he took the law upon himself, because when Yeshua died, he became the law himself. He was called the law himself. If you want to read it, if you want to understand that Yeshua is the law, and if you want to understand what is the Holy Spirit is the law, that is the reason why he said to the disciple, I will send you a comforter, a Holy Spirit, the law. Now, let me show you. We are digressing because we are trying to connect to something. We are actually digressing. We are trying to build something here. If you read the book of Acts of Apostles 7:52, 7:52 to 53, you will understand it. Sorry, 52. You can start from 51, actually. You will understand it. I am not going to go there because that is not why we are here. But Christ never made away with the law. Yeshua never make away with the law. The law he made away with is the law of animal sacrifice. He made away with it only because there are poor people in our community that when they do something wrong that defiles the land, they are not able to afford that goat. They are not able to afford that sheep. They are not able to afford that dove to atone for their sins. Therefore, Christ, because now it become another thing that, another mabulu ndinze. Whenever you make mistake, I get bune wano adi. Ndinze woluzie na emeze anu akalizi afalu. You want to go, and in everything that you need to do, you must atone for your sins. And now people who cannot afford it are now seen as infidel. Now Christ now came to become the sacrificial lamb, which is Yeshua. He became the sacrificial lamb, which he became the law himself. That is the reason why he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to my Father except through me, because he is the law of Exodus. He is the law of Leviticus. Are you paying attention? It is not the law of that Christ this, Christ that. It is the law himself. That, the one you call 10 Commandments, which was, broken down in Deuteronomy. It was broken down in Leviticus. There are many of them. That is what it is. We were taken away from there. That law of Leviticus is our ordinana. Original ordinana of our people is the law of Leviticus, Exodus, all of them. But they made us to believe that it is no longer in place. It is not needed. But let us proceed with what we are doing. It is a topic for another day. When that day comes, we will get to it.
You don't know nothing. You don't want to learn anything. When you see somebody trying to, educate you, you will be asking questions. You ask stupid questions. But at the end of the day, you'll be abusing some people. Like Soludo, some people from certain part of the country, certain part of the southeast. The criminals are from certain part of the southeast. And because that's what they made them to believe. But these are people who have seen road before many of them. So when they come today and we're talking about Abakaleke, we will be looking at them because it is what the Fulani people, presented to these people, and they bought that narrative. But the people that are calling Abakaleke people and all that, when you look at the history, white men were taking care of our cows in the 60s. In my village, Fulani destroyed it. Fulani destroyed everything using people like you.
Why were they taking care of your cows in 90s? Because you are, you are champion. You are not here to give us freedom. Because with your utterances and your I won't say is a teaching, you are misleading. You are misleading. What are you here to give us freedom? Are you here to mentally enslave our people the more? Because that is the question that is suiting for you and this your misleading approach. Now, you talked about white people in your villages looking after your cow. Why was that? Why was that? Because these things, most of these animals that you found, do you know the reason why Bob Marley sang Buffalo Soldier? Do you know the reason? There are a lot of things that was taken from Africa. Almost everything that is making the world go round was taken from Africa. And before they will take it, they need to nurture it, they need to learn it, they need to study it, they need to, they need to know the breed of what they want to take there. Are you paying attention? So when you say that a white man was nurturing your cow, was the one being your veterinary doctor, or in that days, they are there for their own benefit, not yours. They are there for their own benefit. It is never for your benefit and will never be. In case if you don't know, clap for yourself. A white man was a veterinary doctor of your cow. And you are bringing it to tell us what significant has it in our Biafra struggle. So that we will, when we have Biafra, we will go and call white veterinarians. We don't have veterinarians in our Biafra people. Is that what you are trying to teach our people? This is brainwashing our people. Let us continue.
They use people like you to destroy, divide, and conquer and rule us. And then you remember that Abakaleke people are this, Abakaleke people are that. But they had Oyibo people at their farm.
Wow.
In my village, we have Oyibo working in my farm in the 60s. Where are those things? Where are those glories? Everything gone to the thin air. They destroy it because...
And you are going ahead calling your downfall and the rise of your enemy, the rise of white supremacy. You are calling it a glory. And you want to give me freedom. You need to go back to the status quo. You need to go back to school. And that is the simplest way of narrating what you were just saying. You need to go back to school. Because you don't have anything to offer in the freedom fighting. I hope if our people who are called by the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama will understand what freedom signifies, you will know that this guy he does not have anything that will give you freedom. He does not. The preaching of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is very, very different. That is the reason why when I saw it, when I heard it, I became very, very interested in it. I became very, very interested to know more about his doctrine, about his approach, about his freedom fighting. Because within me, myself, I am somebody who understands that we are enslaved one way or the other. The same reason why I went through that route of being African decolonization activist. Now, when you look at what this guy is bringing to our people, it is actually something that does not make sense. That is something that is going to destroy our people and enslave you the more. Look at somebody giving you freedom. Look at Virgin Mary, Apodone at the back of him. But there is nothing different from this thing behind you and that ANALYSE in your village. There is nothing different between them all. You don't know. There is no difference. But now this one is the refined one by Ndocha. And it is made by Ndocha. That's why you are accepted it. The ANALYSE that you see in our land is from Egypt. It is African. It is ugly. It is scary. You will not acknowledge it, and it is not our thing. Get it and get it clearly. That ANALYSE you find there, it is not our ordinana. It is not our thing. It is something that we also adopted from Egypt. That is the reason why they tell you Pharaoh have many gods. Pharaoh has, Pharaoh have many gods, or had many gods rather. He had many gods when he was alive. That is it. We adopted it. People like in Aaron and them, they molded it because they learn it. They already know. That is the reason why they the reason why our people are being misled by this Ekperima in Finland. Because Ekperima in Finland is that time when Moses went to the mountain. They say, let us make ourselves a graven image. This is, they want to call him Alosin Kefana Afwanya. Let them make it quickly. And Aaron make it. They bring their ornament, everything according to the story. You know, they brought their ornaments. They made in Kahana Afwanya. And that is what you are doing with this guy. Kunu welgodun kunu na Afwanya. Onyane enyunu hope. That is what you are doing here. Alusunu na Afwanya, which is going to lead you into more destruction. The Alusin Afwanya is more destructive than the gospel that Moses brought to you. And when Moses is not around, that is always our problem. In Finland, who is going to lead you into the dish. But when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came on board, you didn't understand him. Let us proceed. I will leave here immediately when it is 2 hours. I think we are maybe 1 hour, 20 minutes or 30 minutes going to leave here in the next 30 minutes. So I want you to pay very good attention. Let's listen more.
Destroyed everything. Today we are trying to build that thing back. And somebody is here with our phone asking, what is the Biafra, what is the national anthem of Finland? What is the national anthem of Finland? Because history. When he's supposed to know history, or the future academy, Apple school. While other people are going to school with book,
it is not funny.
Going to school with board. Yeah, board.
It is no longer funny. Let me bring it to the forward and see what else he said here.
I think we're having some issue, but no problem. We're gonna be fine. Here we go. Share. All right. As they call them, they have killed the Fulani terrorists. They have killed them. Only just a sacrifice. Okay? Where are their bodies? You have been asked that question. And the military have always give you reason not to show their body. So this time around, they gathered imminent people that these bandits that if you continue like this, I am telling you, and we don't have hand in it. The people he is taking away food from without providing any alternative will fight his government to stand still. And they are going to do it. So I am not saying he should allow Agbo to stay, but just go free. I am telling you. You don't know anything though. Anthony Great, thank you for your super chat. We pronounce you the Secretary of State of Biafra. You can submit. Let ECOWAS office appoint the person from
wow.
All right. So now, you see, what I'm trying to say.
There is a saying that says that, that birds of the same feather flock together. You see the people pronouncing him Secretary of State and all that. Those are birds of the same feather. They flock together. They don't know their left from their right. They don't know where they meet the rain. How will they be able to tell where they leave the rain behind? It is not possible. These people, they do not know their left from their right. I think I am done with his activities. I think I am done with his activities. I am going to leave it here with his activities in general terms. In case if there is anything you want to call about, you can as well call. We will take calls from now until maybe 15 minutes. If there is any person who want to call, we will take call from now to 30 minutes. Our number is rolling on the screen. Okay, before, let me pin it also on the comment section where you will be able to see it so that we will take calls. It is also going to be rolling on the screen. So if you want to call in, If there is anything you want to talk about, you can call in and we talk about it. We only have 15 minutes to go. We only have 15 minutes to go. The number is on your screen, rolling on the screen as well. Only WhatsApp call if there is any call coming. Only WhatsApp call, please. Now, talking about all the things that we have talked about, at least now you have found out exactly all the brainwashing that he's been brainwashing you. You have found out that everything that he is doing, it is not for you. It is not for you. If you continue to follow him, it means that you do not need a freedom. If you continue to go to listen to junk that will only lead you to captivity, it means that you are not yet ready for freedom. It is actually better that you abstain from media, wait until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out. When it comes out, then you can actually come back and you will know that you are getting the truth. Not making a fool out of yourself, not getting yourself, allowing yourself to be fooled by somebody who does not know his left from their right. It is like getting an illiterate to be your teacher or a lecturer. What are they going to teach you? There is nothing they are going to teach you. He has nothing to offer. The only thing he has to offer is propaganda, lies, deceit, and manipulation. He is a power monger. He is just hungry for relevance. He is hungry for power, but he does not have what it takes to be in power. That is exactly what I am, you will find with this leader of this syndicate called Autopilot do. Now, our sister Lisa Kanu asked him a question with regards to what have you to say with the activities of Nelly Ofebu, with the activities of Owasofia. What is his response? I don't know if he responded, but I did not see. Maybe there is somebody that will have seen him responding to our sister Lisa Kanu, because the reason why, I believe that the reason why our sister Lisa Kanu had even the time to actually ask him this question, of course she's not going to get the answer, is because she's been paying attention to him, believing that he has something to offer, because he manipulated all of you, telling you that the leadership of this struggle sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that every other person is a criminal in this struggle except him and Nelly Ofebu, that including Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's wife, a criminal, including Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's brothers, a criminal. And you don't reason. You don't reason. And he goes ahead and says, I am Mazen Nnamdi Kanu disciple. Even, migrated into spiritual son recently. And when you look at it, you don't reason. You don't reason. Somebody say this. What did you say here? Let me read you to see if where you deserve to be and what you deserve to receive. Guys, so you know the tire. Are you a mad boy? What is your problem? Do you think our second leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa, listening to you, Mumu man? Hey, whoever that is writing this junk, I think I know you. Let me, because I am going to address you accordingly. That is the reason why it's John Obisi. I am going to address you accordingly. And that next time you will not come to write junk. John Obisi. Let me find out and make sure if it is you. Let me see if it is you, because I am sending you to a place of no return. John Obisi. Or you have different accounts. You have different accounts. Let's see. Okay. This one. Let me see whom you are. Because all this Umu Ekwensu, All these Umuekwensu, it is time for you to pay attention to them. Umuekwensu, they always come there to write rubbish. They always come there to write junk. Okay, John Obisi. As you ask me, I know the tire. Let me ask you, if your work is not done, will you be tired? Of course, you will not be tired. If you are doing a job that you know that you are competent and you know that it is going to help you, help your family to thrive, how will you get tired in that job? How do you expect to get tired in that job? You will not. I no go tired because my work is not done. My work here is to continue to expose and decolonize people like you whom your brain is no longer there. Your brain lies on this, all this propaganda. Your brain is always all about digesting propaganda. I am here to detox you from that. So I cannot get tired as long as there are people like you. There is no way I will be tired. Because I am here for people like you to learn. If you cannot learn, we throw you into the garbage. Because there is a time to teach, a time for exams. And if you fail, you will be relegated to start afresh. That's what we are doing. So people like you will be relegated to start afresh because people like you are people of that Pomo boy. Now, remember the time they said that Berima in Finland will be the leader, Pomo boy will be the deputy leader. I still remember, and I have that place where they wrote it. I have that write-up where they wrote it that time. Because I was still, somehow like paying attention to autopilot as if they are doing well. I heard that they said that Berima will be the leader. The Pomo boy in UK will be the deputy leader, which means they have sidelined our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, created leadership, created deputy leadership. That time I did not know where they were coming from until Nelly surfaced from nowhere, from Idu. The buy in day one on Nelly until she surfaced from Idu. That's when I understand now. I now get it, what is going on. Now they are busy using your money, opening radio for, even there is a Pomo radio. Have you heard? There is also a Pomo radio currently. They've been using your money, opening radio. That is the things that they are good at. But at the end of this race, Ainaga, all of you Sabo in this struggle, you will be banished from Biafra land into the evil forest. You see the sanction they give to Russia, they learn it from Africa, they learn it from our land. We banish you, you will no longer have anything to do with anybody. Anybody who go and help you, they will also pay fine or they will be banished as well. That is they learn it from our land. The same people who learn many things from our land, you want me to believe that there is something good they will bring back to our land. They learn it, they refine it. So that is how it is. We are the people who find things. They are the people who pick it up, refine it, bring it back to us, call it a new one. And you want us to keep on believing in them. If you keep on believing in their manipulative approach, they are very fast in refurbishing or revamping things or, having revolutions. They are very fast with that. That is the reason why it looks that they are superior, but they are not. What they can do, you can do it. But the reason why you might not be able to do it right now is because you are brain caged. You are brain caged. Until you become brain free, you can never do what they are doing right now, even when you are the origin of what they are doing, or you are the founders of what they are doing today. But you are brain caged until you come out of it. Until you come out of this teaching of this experiment in Finland, you will never do anything great. We have a caller. We are going to pick up the call. The caller on the line, your name and where you are calling from.
Hello, good evening, George.
Good evening.
I go by the name Okano Nwa Biafra.
Okano Nwa Biafra.
I'm calling from Nwa Biafra.
Okay.
The other day you are trying to call the name Okano, big meat, Nwa Biafra.
Oh, Okano Nwa Biafra. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm calling from Abia North. Abia North is in Biafra land.
Okay.
I want people to ask that fool, how many years is he? How will he be talking about earlier 60s and stop lying to people? What their people is good for is farming. They are strong in farming, and they used to come to Ohafia and farm. We will pay them. They would not even collect. We will still cheat them on top. So they are strong with a big hole that they call Ndiogwu is where he come from. All they know is
Ndiogwu.
just say, Ndiogwu.
What does it mean?
Indian hole, this hole now of
Ogu, that is
they use
for cultivation.
Yeah, they do carry the big one. Now here we are talking about half fork within church. Ask him, did that church ever came to Nigeria? The first church that established in Nigeria is Anglican in Badagry, 1842. One Presbyterian church, which is my church, established in 1846. So he should stop lying to people and calling any church we don't even know of. We are talking that we are complaining of the washing the Oyibo have already done to our people, the damages. And we are trying to do the damage control, and he is still coming back to tell us something we don't know about. He should stop that thing. He should go and hide his face.
Of course.
Keep on lying and following his mistress sheepishly. You know, he has no control of himself.
Yeah, of course. That is the truth.
Almost hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra.
Yes.
And Biafra will hail thee.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. That is one of our people, that knows exactly what is going on. You see how he narrated his own things. There is Ogu. Also, no Ogu ndana Igbo. We call it Ogu ndeza. We call it Ogu ndeza. Ogu an Igbo. You will hear man blue like this. You will hear bulan like this. So vula jani in once. Yeah, but let somebody say I should pin the link. The link is there on YouTube. The link is there on Facebook. If whichever place you want to come in, you come in. But we are going to Mazis YouTube, please, the floor is yours because we are rounding up. I want to round up exactly at 2 hours. Once we are in 2 hours, we will end the program so that the other people who will listen to it later, they've been complaining that they are not able to follow up. Please, the floor is yours. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, my brother George Money. I just want to contribute one or two things before you go. We're not going to waste time. My brother, I miss you for a couple of days now, to be honestly.
If you been a bit busy.
Yes, if you check your phone, I was the one that was calling you. Just to let you know. Yes. There's something I wanted to tell you, but you didn't pick up. I understand. So I was the one calling you with that number. So yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. There's no problem. My brother, thank you for coming once again. I really miss you this couple of days. I want to thank our sister, Mary Heather. Believe me, that lady is that lady is something else.
She is very fanatic.
I'm telling you, she's on top, It's the best thing to debunk all these criminals. And that our brother that just spoke now, Judge Money, Samaneba, he think he can manipulate everybody. But just like as I said, he has a criminal minded, I give it to him. There's some people, who have this criminal minded. Whenever they say it, people, think it is true. But actually, when you go, just like us, there is some educated people that just come to his platform to listen to his stupidness, not because of they just want to come there, to listen to the lies dish out, And the people that listen to him is still the same people that Lai Mohammed told that there is no killing in toll gate in Lagos. Yes, these are people that are listening to him. The same people I'm telling you tonight that the same people that is listening to that Eberima is the people like Mohammed told that there is no any casualty in toll gate. That's how you need to know a stupid human being. This people, this idiot that was writing to you, are not, believe you me, they are not Igbo people. That's one thing you need to know. If they are the mixed blood in our land. There is no any proper Igbo, genuine Igbo will not understand the criminal of that Eberima. I am telling you. It's only the fools or the mixed blood like him. We are trying to find out where he said he came from, which, nobody knows. As far as I'm concerned, we need to find out where that idiot said he came from. And let me tell you something. His time is up. He has to bring something to convince his gullible followers. He has to. Watch him. He must be bringing something. Because he knows that our people are beginning to, remove themselves from that stupidness. Look at the voice message of Nelly. Nelly, does this sound like somebody that is normal? They're now bringing this propaganda with this Bobrisky, this Bobrisky, that our leader did not come to court. And the whole world, these are the...
It is not the first time actually they are presenting the propaganda. It is not the first time.
Yeah, do you know what they do? Do you know why they dish out that rubbish? Because they knew there are still some useless people like Lai Mohammed. We still come and listen to them. The fools, I call them the fools, who will come and listen to that is propaganda. But they have to bring out something so that they will jam traffic now. And this one alone should have shown some reasonable people that these people are cowards. Look at the people that are going to that are talking about freedom. Look at them. Just look at them. Look at their utterances. Look at them, the way they talk. Look at these idiots. Look at them. Our people, they told them that, do you not donate any money for this idiot? They are eating your money. Tell me one thing now they have done. These people, these cowards that will tell them that these people are criminals. They don't have anything. First of all, judge money. As you are now, for somebody to demolish you, for somebody to lay allegation on you, he will first of all call your name every blessed day. He will come with your name, dishing all manner of rubbish. He wanted to sink in the ears of people. This is what Simon Eber did. He started calling DOS criminal every day for the past 9 months. He know that DOS are innocent. He know quite very well. But for them to, like as he said, he's a power monger. I know. Immediately I see him. Somebody who come and brag about his suit he's wearing. Have you ever seen him? I have told people, stop putting Mazen Namdekanu picture and this criminal. It's something else.
Mazi C2.
I can hear you, George.
Yes, I think what I am going to do, right? I am going to just hang in there. Let me end this program. And begin, because I see Mazichi Somi is also here. Let me remove it, but don't go anywhere. We are not leaving the studio, but I will just remove it from then. You and Mazichi Somi will continue while I just round off from the workplace, and you guys will continue. So he is here. Mazichi Somi is here. So we are people watching from Facebook. We are now I am going to disconnect it from Facebook and bring it back. Likewise, people who are watching from YouTube, we are going to end it and we are going to bring the fresh one. Just hang in there. You will get a new notification to join us, because we are making it small so that people will be able to watch. Now we are out of Facebook were